There's a good chance you have a small box of baking soda sitting somewhere in your kitchen right now, quietly minding its own business. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, and it doesn't scream science experiment. And yet, this simple white powder can make cakes rise, neutralize odors, clean burnt pans, unclog drains, soothe insect bites, and even help put out small grease fires. That's a lot of responsibility for something that looks like powdered snow. So what exactly is baking soda? Is it a food ingredient, a cleaning product, a science compound, or some kind of household multi-tool? The short answer is all of the above. But to really understand why baking soda works the way it does, we need to look at where it came from first, right here, on History of Simple Things. Baking soda may feel like a modern kitchen staple, but its story goes back thousands of years. Long before people understood chemistry, ancient civilizations were already using naturally occurring sodium-based compounds. One of the most well-known was natron, a mineral found in dry lake beds, especially in ancient Egypt. Natron was used for cleaning, preserving food, treating wounds, and even in the mummification process. While it wasn't pure baking soda as we know it today, it behaved in similar ways and showed early humans the power of sodium-based alkaline substances. The more recognizable form of baking soda began to emerge in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, when scientists started isolating sodium bicarbonate as its own compound. In 1846, two American bakers, John Dwight and Austin Church, began producing baking soda specifically for household use. Their goal was to create a reliable, easy-to-use leavening agent that worked faster than yeast. This venture eventually led to the formation of Arm & Hammer, a brand that helped turn baking soda into a common household staple. From that point on, baking soda became standardized, widely available, and trusted for both cooking and cleaning. At its core, baking soda is a chemical compound called sodium bicarbonate, also known as sodium hydrogen carbonate. Its chemical formula is NaHCO3, which may sound complicated, but it's actually made up of very familiar elements: sodium, hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Baking soda is classified as a base, meaning it reacts with acids. This single characteristic explains most of what baking soda does in everyday life. On its own, baking soda is stable, dry, and mildly alkaline. It doesn't do much until it comes into contact with moisture, heat, or an acidic substance, and that's when its real usefulness kicks in. In baking, baking soda acts as a leavening agent, which simply means it helps baked goods rise. When sodium bicarbonate meets an acidic ingredient, such as vinegar, lemon juice, yogurt, or buttermilk, it triggers a chemical reaction that produces carbon dioxide gas. These tiny gas bubbles get trapped in the batter or dough. As the mixture heats up in the oven, the bubbles expand, causing the baked good to rise and develop a light, airy texture instead of becoming dense and heavy. This is also why recipes that use baking soda almost always include something acidic. Without that acid, the baking soda won't fully react, which can result in flat baked goods and a slightly bitter taste. Unlike baking powder, which already contains its own acid, baking soda depends entirely on the surrounding ingredients to activate it. Modern baking soda doesn't come straight from the ground in its final form. Instead, it's produced through a refined industrial method, most commonly using a variation of the Solvay process. This process starts with sodium chloride, better known as table salt, and limestone. Through a controlled series of chemical reactions, sodium bicarbonate is formed, then filtered, washed, and dried into a fine white powder. For baking soda meant for food use, purity is essential, which is why the final product goes through strict quality checks before being packaged and sold. Outside the kitchen, baking soda's mild alkalinity makes it incredibly effective as a cleaner and deodorizer. Many everyday odors are caused by acidic compounds, and baking soda neutralizes them rather than simply covering them up with fragrance. That's why it works so well in refrigerators, shoes, carpets, and trash bins. Its fine, slightly abrasive texture also allows it to scrub away dirt and grease without scratching most surfaces, making it a gentle yet powerful cleaning agent. So, is baking soda safe? When used correctly, baking soda is considered safe for cooking, cleaning, and general household use. However, because it affects acidity levels, consuming large amounts can be harmful and may upset the body's natural balance. In baking, the quantities used are carefully measured and balanced with acidic ingredients, ensuring the final product is safe and pleasant to eat. Like many useful substances, baking soda works best when used in moderation and for its intended purposes. So, what exactly is baking soda? It's a simple chemical compound with an impressive range of uses. From ancient mineral deposits to modern kitchens, baking soda has proven its value over thousands of years. It helps food rise, neutralizes odors, cleans surfaces, and solves everyday problems, all without much fanfare. And the next time you notice that small box sitting quietly in your pantry, you'll know it's more than just baking soda. It's a piece of history, chemistry, and everyday practicality rolled into one. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.